the streaming well?
All right.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
Welcome, everybody. We'll call to order the City of Tipton Board of Zoning Appeals. First, rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Evening, everybody. We'll start with roll call from my left, please.
Jeff Witzinger.
Roberta Heinzman.
Mike Woolman.
Michelle Owens. Judy Cover staff.
All right. Do we have any modifications to the agenda tonight?
None from staff.
All right. That moves us into approval of minutes from September 10th, which you have in front of you. Any changes? Mike? Thank you.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from September the 10th.
I second.
All right. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Jeff. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. That moves us into our one public hearing tonight. This is CTI V 2825 for the Tipton County Foundation. Judy, can you give us a rundown?
Yes, this request is one use variance to place multifamily residential dwelling units in the B1 traditional downtown zoning district. So looking through the staff report, we have 5 criteria, A through E. Ultimately, this petition does not interfere substantially with a comprehensive plan. The plan does support additional housing in Tipton, specifically through the use of infill development. Staff really has no concerns with this petition.
Okay, thank you. And do we have a petitioner here to speak?
Thank you, Board.
Good evening.
On behalf of the foundation and the county, in this case, it's Mark Baird, Executive Director of the Tipton County Foundation. So I'm here to answer any questions, or I'll be glad to go through the proposal, which I know that you have in front of you. I'd be glad to run that down if you would like.
Sure.
It's your pleasure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, please.
We'll go ahead and do that then. And I do have a few extra copies for folks in the audience. At least I think I do. The staff, all staff have a copy of it. Okay. Anybody want a copy? Bob? Good. Right over here. Pass one down. So I'll just be going over this for the board. So looking on the first page is the bullet point, talking points, very brief. The concept for converting the old jail to housing, it gives the structure a new life with much needed housing while preserving the historical character of the building by rehabbing the exterior structure where needed and renovates the interior to accommodate housing for multiple families. Right now, it's currently contemplated at 17 housing units, which is a total of 32 beds, and it's composed of what you see there in front of you. I won't read that since everybody's got a copy. There's ample parking on site right now. We do have a letter of support from the county commissioners that was filed with the application for special exception. I do have Denny Henderson here from the county commissioners in support of this. We do have some remaining tasks. We have a lot of remaining tasks, but the major ones in front of us are environmental testing. And many of you know, there's cleaners across the street. So that's going to be one of the things that we're going to have to check out. And then, of course, investigation of financing and developers is ongoing to get it financed. And then the next step would be to prepare documents for contractor bidding. I might add a couple of things. Several years ago, the Community Foundation embarked upon a countywide vision plan and a community housing study. And both that countywide vision plan as well as the countywide housing study showed a dire need for more housing in Tipton. So this responds, like I said earlier, to that need. We feel like we killed multiple birds with one stone here in preserving one of the few buildings in the county. I think it's one of only 2 buildings in the county that's on the National Historical Register for buildings. It still has good bones. I've been through it several times, and we believe we can make good use out of it for 17 units, at least is currently envisioned. So I'm here to answer any questions that you might have. I'll be glad to entertain those.
So you're just putting the ideas together in order to entice developers?
Yeah, well, so the good question. We've engaged with an architect, and those initial ideas is what you see before you. That's
Okay.
where we came up with the 17 units.
Mhm.
Could it change? Sure. It could change depending on what developers show an interest in that. Of course, we don't have any finalized plans or cost estimates. So yeah, we're in the preliminary stages of this, but we needed to make sure to get your buy-in to put multifamily at this location. That's really all it is. It's a very simple request
Right.
at this stage.
And then so the foundation, you used funds to hire the architect to review the site.
Yes. Yeah, we fronted the funds to the architect. At this time, we're the lead in this process. We haven't determined how it exactly will be financed.
Mhm.
I'm sure it'll be a combination of different sources, grants and financing that are most advantageous to the community. We have talked to one developer manager, Han, who's here representing Andrea, who's representing Han, which has a existing project in Tipton. So they've been quite helpful in consulting with us on the project. The State Historical Office and the State House has also been in contact with them and had various discussions with them.
So who would eventually own the property?
That's yet to be determined.
Okay.
The county currently owns it. And I would imagine that it'll be another independent entity.
Mhm.
Not necessarily the foundation, but could be. We just haven't got that far yet as far as the legal paperwork and papering on how that would go.
Uh,
Do you,
Just being busy.
do you currently manage any other settings like this? Maybe not as big?
No, the foundation does not manage any property. This is a new endeavor for the foundation.
Okay.
Our charter is to help improve the community. Grants and scholarships, of course, is what we specialize in and have been known through the county. But one of our charges lately has been to look at catalytic changes in the community for those needs that have been highlighted. And like I said, that countywide vision plan highlighted this as a major need, and then the housing study that we did a couple of years ago confirmed that need. So this is sort of the next step in that process. You may remember we I think applied before this board for a project out on Fairgrounds Road. Went through the preliminary stages on that, but it did not pan out as something that we wanted to pursue, at least at this time. So.
Again, I know these are preliminary drawings and it could be totally different, right?
Mhm.
We may throw all this in the trash and start over. Concerning the historical nature of the building, I see you're talking about dormers and things like that. You mentioned the State Historical Society. Are we okay building dormers on top of that?
No,
Does that preserve that
That's
building?
a good question. On our tour with the state office, who is the liaison between the state and the federal government. The federal government is the one that has ultimate sign off on that. They looked at these plans and they really had few, if any, concerns. One of them was possibly we might have to change the design of the dormers, but again,
If they were to say no dormers, that would still allow for different configuration, but
Yeah.
something like this.
right, we believe that they're open enough to work with us some configuration that would make it still a viable project.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm looking at your first level. And if I remember correctly, there's a house that sits on the other side of the Sallyport Drive. There on West Street. Is this red area going to affect that? And where is Tipton Communications going to go? Because they're right smack dab in the middle of your future.
Actually, the existing alley separates the house that I think you're referring to,
Okay.
as well as the communication center.
Okay.
That red hashed area that's labeled potential future new addition is just that.
Okay.
We believe that there could be a potential project there, but we're not asking for anything, any kind of approvals at that time. That
Okay.
would be a brand new structure that would have to go through a separate approval process. We simply put it on there to try to be as open as possible to say, hey, this is a possibility, so that you wouldn't necessarily be surprised if we did show up and ask for another permit at that. But I would testify that's probably way off in the distance.
That's in the area where that
We'll give you some time here in just a minute. Any more questions for Mr. Baird?
I just want to make sure all your tickets were returned to
thank
you
you.
from the neighbors, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just, so what department will be in charge of collecting rents in the foundation then if it goes to the foundation?
That's yet to be determined, Roberta. This is simply a request to permit multifamily. Those details will be worked out.
I applaud you for wanting to do this. I'm just a little nervous about a county department, agency / the foundation being a landlord. I'll be honest.
Oh, no, that's perfectly fine. First of all, we're not a county office.
Well,
We're
no,
not a county
but yeah,
department.
yeah.
We're a separate 501c3.
Right. But
But
I meant just
that's why we're
within this.
consulting with Han,
Mhm.
because Han does have experience in that. They've got multiple projects in both Tipton
Right,
and Hamilton County.
right.
So I imagine that if not them, then someone else, a third-party intermediary, will be in charge of that.
Okay.
But you're right, we're not experts in that. We don't want to be in the landlord business
Mhm.
necessarily. That's not to say that we can't be,
Mhm.
or that we wouldn't be if pressed into service. But that's not our main North Star, if you will,
Okay.
to be a landlord. So hopefully that answers your question.
It does. I'm
And-
glad to see I'm sorry.
No, you finished.
I'm glad to see you have very adequate parking.
Mhm.
That's always a complaint. That there's never enough parking.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Judy. We're talking about, is it right and good to allow multifamily in a B1 district,
Mhm.
specifically right there, right?
That is the only question on the table.
Right.
So
We have lots of
there
other
no-
questions, mainly because we're curious and,
There are no
you know,
development standard variances being requested.
Right.
So
Yep.
nothing with parking, setbacks, anything. This is
Right.
an interior remodel,
is it okay to put multifamily
In that building.
right there
period.
in a place that's not zoned currently that way?
Right.
Kind of off the topic-ish, but do you have anything else in the works that you can elaborate on?
Not that we can elaborate on, like I mentioned, we did have the Fairgrounds Road project. And that is, for lack of a better term, on hold
Mhm.
because of various issues out there.
Right,
That's in the public realm.
right.
So this is the next best step, or the best next step
Thank you
for
for
us
your
as far as housing goes.
wonderful idea.
Can I ask you one, do you have a estimate of the size inside of a one-bedroom apartment at all?
I don't
Square
think I have
footage.
square footage on these
I didn't think I saw
units.
them.
Okay,
They're separated into 1, 2, 3, and actually we've got a
Right.
couple of 4-bedroom townhomes.
right. I just wondered.
Involved. None of them are what we would call efficiencies.
She
Okay,
wants to pick hers out.
Okay, so, yeah, she'll probably have an opportunity.
I want a first floor.
Okay.
next to the parking lot.
And, I will mention, nothing has been decided as far as subsidized versus non-subsidized,
Okay,
all of that. A lot of that depends on, quite frankly, financing,
right.
how the project gets financed. So, before somebody asks, I thought I would mention.
Sure.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Any other questions, for Mr. Baird?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
could Mr. Baird, so we can make the record, please. Well, I'm gonna ask you if you would state the things that the board knows about that site. Would you tell us what makes that site such a unique site that it's hard to reuse, or you can't just use it for B1 zoning?
Gotcha. It really has to do with the need in the community. We believe that housing is probably one of the top 3 needs in the community based on the countywide vision plan. So that, as far as it can be conducive to other businesses, I'm sure it could be rehabbed, but one thing I would mention about rehabbing it for another business use is the cost. Cost to rehab for commercial property is going to be more costly, which I know is not a reason in particular for not using it for business, but it would not accomplish the goal that we would have in mind. We would not be interested in pursuing any kind of rehab for a commercial property.
Are there any other sites anywhere in the county that has that unique footprint and usage and type of buildings?
Yeah, this is close to downtown. It's close, it already has existing utilities. It's what we would consider an infill property. Infill properties are much more cost effectively served because they already have utilities in place. We have looked for various locations around the county, specifically close to municipalities or towns, and they're not easy to come by that are of this quality. An existing structure already helps in the cost effectiveness of it. So you're not starting from scratch, even though there would be a lot of work that would have to be done to this particular property. So we believe it's unique enough in that the location, the utilities in place, the proximity to downtown, the proximity to hospital, schools, other items in the community that makes it a valuable place to utilize for housing.
Thank you. All right, thank you, Mr. Baird.
Yeah.
At this point, we will open up for the public to speak. If you'd like to speak, please come up to the podium, state your name, and remember you're addressing us as the board, not necessarily Mr. Baird or the foundation or Mr. Henderson, Commissioner. But please come up.
Thank you, Mike. Bob Edinger, 321A Southwest Street. I don't have a comment yet on the project, but would the petitioner be able to share what the criteria are, all of them, and why they feel they've been met?
Absolutely, we can do that.
Okay, thank you.
So we do have 5 criteria that are considered here. The first one, criteria A, the approval will not be injurious to the public health, safety, morals, and general welfare of the community. Criteria B, the use and value of the area adjacent to the property included in the variance will not be affected in a substantially adverse manner. Criteria C, the need for the variance arises from some condition peculiar to the property involved. D, the strict application of the terms of the zoning ordinance will result in practical difficulties in use of the property. And criteria E, the approval does not interfere substantially with the comprehensive plan. These criteria are state law, so they are not something that we've made up, that the planning department's made up. They are state code. All right, would anybody else like to speak? All right, with that, I'll accept a motion to close public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, public hearing's closed. It's now our time to discuss. I will say I'm always a fan of infill housing.
I think this is a great project.
Yeah, I think it's a cool project.
Yeah, absolutely.
To be honest.
You know, they have the pub in Crawfordsville, maybe, that Logansport? No. That's in an old jail.
Mhm.
Isn't it? On a square.
Oh yeah.
Turned it into a restaurant.
Cool.
I think it's a great idea. It's a great use.
Yep.
Keeping with the trajectory of our community and needing housing and infill at the same time. To me, it's a no-brainer.
I feel like I've heard many meetings where what to do with that property has been
Yeah.
discussed,
Oh my
and
gosh,
and
yes.
and the money to come up with it. Foundation A, you got some money, but you also have access to grants and other monies to make this. Whereas, just like we were discussing, a business coming in may have problems
Mhm.
financing something. So
Right.
let's make use of the property right there.
Mhm.
All right. Do we have any more discussion?
I'll make a motion to approve CTIV 2825 for Tipton County Foundation.
I second.
All right. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Jeff. We need a roll call vote for this.
Please.
Yes.
Michelle Owens,
Yes.
Roberta Heisman,
Yes,
Jeff Lutzinger,
Yes.
Michael Bowman.
Yes. All right. Motion
Thank you
carries.
for your hard work.
Thank you.
It is not going unnoticed. We really do appreciate it.
All right. With that, we will move into the finding of facts for CTIV 2625. This is my last meeting to construct a duplex. Excuse me.
Make a motion to approve the finding of facts for CTIV 2625.
I second.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Roberta. All in favor?
I
Motion passes. Excuse me. With that, would you like to make your last motion?
Sure. I make it.
Oh, excuse
Before
me.
you do, I will, for this specific project, if anyone is out and about, you might drive by. They are well underway
Are
with
they?
construction.
Awesome.
I drove by it and saw them digging dirt.
Yeah.
That's
And so it's really nice to see things like that.
Something happened.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He was
Nice.
very, very quick. Got his permit the next day and
He's ready to go.
got right on it. Yeah. So
Just didn't know where it
anyway, carry on.
went. All right.
Where's your finding?
Can I say one thing? I do appreciate you talking to the hand people. It's, in my mind, although this is a really good project, it makes me a little more comfortable, a lot more comfortable.
I will make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Yes.
Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
I did not know what.
At the hospital.
Oh, they said you didn't work at the hospital.
Right.
Oh.
6:28, Judy. I didn't make 6:30.
Hey, you did a good
Until
job.
6:00.
Sorry, I
Sometimes
have
my
a lot
partner
of
comes in or
No,
I
that's-
can leave.
I'm
but
honestly glad you did. I felt like there was going to be some
You're right about that.
yeah,
pushback.
and I would have left early, but I got a call down to PD at 5:50. I know 5:30. I got called down. So probably-
So.
Always volunteer.
Yeah, but I have multiple disc issues that.
Thanks for stopping by, Rob.
See you, Rob.
Good to see you.
Thank you. Yes. I saw you sitting over there. I was like, why did you look familiar? But now I know.
So,
Not that just.
Off the top of my head, I did the best I could.
but I'm waiting for
Mm-hmm.